Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here. I'm bringing you my review for One Piece chapter 940. So, one thing I took away from this chapter is how we essentially got presented and set up with two sides of. How we got a lot more development with the rebellion in this chapter, and how we got presented and set up with two sides of the rebellion in this case. The first being the more docile living citizens who we've seen before, just living day by day and just living day by day and basically trying to survive in the best way they can on while all pretty much all having to endure like all the abuse and all the harsh rules that basically are, that have been created by the government, the current government of Wano, and while just living day by day and biding their time, waiting for that right moment to strike. But then we also have the second part of the rebellion that has already attempted to overthrow Orochi and are now locked up in the prison mine, waiting patiently for that single opportunity in order to try again and strike. Um, and one thing I really like about this whole setup too is that in both cases we can basically see just how much the citizens have actually been influenced by the legends of the ghosts that'll return to liberate Wano, and by that measure, it also shows that the rebellion is much bigger than is much bigger than pretty much than basically Kinemon and the Straw Hats ever predicted. Like the rebellion is like is pretty much is majority if not everyone in Wano, and or at the very least it extends beyond just pretty much anyone who identifies themselves as the Red Scabbards. Um, in fact, reading this chapter, one advantage to me that pretty much the latter group has, like pretty much all the latter group of citizens have, the ones that are just living peacefully day by day, but are still still plan to rebel at some point, is that and are just waiting for that chance to rebel, is that basically but pretty much living is by living that peaceful life and playing up their ignorance about the symbol. um it'll when the time to strike happens, it'll be that much easier in order to catch Orochi off guard. So yeah, I really like the setups that we were getting I really like the setups with the rebellion that we got with this chapter, because it's just it's presenting it presents the rebellion in kind of in a way of two sides of the exact same coin, like both the prisoners in the prison mine and the people who are living in the villages are just waiting for pretty much that are waiting for like a signal, or that one single thing or that one single or waiting for that one single signal, or that one single or that one thing that's going to tell them that the time to strike is now. So yeah, I really like the setup we get, and it really just kind of I just, and in general, just from seeing all these just seeing these villagers just kind of live peacefully in a way was just kind of nice. That's nice too. Um, although, and of course, one other thing we basically get out of the beginning of this chapter too is that we see just basically how depraved that basically Orochi is that the Orochi's how depraved and corrupt that the government of Orochi actually is. Like this is something we already knew, but we get further development about by seeing those first three criminals, Bingo, Bungo, and Bango, which yeah, I get the wordplay there. Holy crap! But yeah, when we see those three and we get their backstory, it really just kind of enforces how bad the government is, how corrupt the government is. Um, Now, focusing on the prison mine aspect of this chapter, we this focusing on the prison mine aspect of this chapter, we pretty much we pretty much get a cool little tidbit in this chapter that Haki is called Ryu, which kind of plays off the Skypiea arc of how Haki is called different things depending on where you go, depending on where you go and what island you pretty much visit, or what part of the world you basically visit, I guess. But so yeah, a little bit of world building there. But the more important thing with basically with the explanation of how Luffy can harness the harness his armament Haki in the same way that basically pretty much Rayleigh did, and based off his explanation, we can already see the problem of why Luffy isn't able to use it. This kind of technique requires a much more calm and focused mind in order to use it. In fact, if we look back on basically Rayleigh's on the first time that we see Ray use the technique, it's clear as day that Luffy's first real mistake and problem is that he's treating it like every other time he's used Haki, and to that extent, he's pretty much just acting like a rabid animal. He doesn't have he's acting like he normally does. He's not calm. He's not focused. He's just wasting he's really just wasting energy. He isn't harnessing this technique in the way it's supposed to be used. He's just not calm at all. He needs to find like a Zen place almost in order to even get to a starting point of using this technique. So I really like how we do get a lot of this. I really like how it really enforces a lot of this. And yeah, it's just clear as day that Luffy's first real mistake was basically treating this technique like any other time he's used Haki. In fact, I can almost guarantee as to what it is that pretty much caused Luffy in order to misinterpret how to use this technique, which is that when he saw it being used for the first time, he probably thought it was a beam. So all he had to do was like, hey, I'm gonna hold up my hand, I'm gonna shoot a beam. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of what he's thinking right now. Like, hey, hold up my hand, I'm gonna shoot a beam. Like, no, this chapter definitely explains that there's a little bit more to it than that. Like, you definitely need a little bit more calm and peaceful kind of way of doing you need a more calm and peaceful mindset in order to use this Luffy. And also, yeah, I like. And we also get a little bit of backstory with basically how Roger had come here, and he knows Roger had of course come to Wano at some point, and he knows Hyogoro. So knowing that little detail kind of ties it basically ties back to pretty much Roger and basically Ray being able to use that technique too. And, yeah, the final page shows Big Mom is practically just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the prison mine, which should be interesting to see how that's going to play out. In fact, Big Mom is, I think, practically the final piece they need in order to make this whole escape work, I think. And not that Luffy ever needed the validation at all. But I like how having these rebels actually locked up pretty much gives a legitimate purpose to Luffy's whole pension in order to cause these big and pretty much chaotic entrances. Like you know how Luffy loves a good entrance? Well, this is giving him kind of that validation almost. Like it's kind of part of the plan now almost. So yeah, there's that too. We also learned that we also learned that pretty much the man we also learned that the old man that pretty much Zoro was traveling with a while ago is Toko's father, which I feel is setting up a possible reunion for basically him and Momo in order to be reunited with basically Toko and basically Hiyori. when shit starts hitting the fan. Like I think the old man and Toko and Momo and Hiyori are gonna get reunited when the rebellion starts. I think that's at the point where we're gonna see the reunion happen almost. Or in Momo and Hiyori's case, it might actually happen a little sooner than that, but yeah, who knows? I guess we'll just have to wait and see what Oda has planned. But yeah, either way, it is setting up a reunion to be sure. Um, but what I like about but we in terms of the old man, we also get a lot more emphasis on just how important he is to the village. So it says to us that he is going to be one of the major players, even more than he is already. Like with us pretty much. With us knowing that he's basically like pretty much light in the darkness of these dark times, and that he's called a saint, it really does show like the influence that he has over this particular village, or even maybe other parts of Wano as well. So yeah, it shows that he definitely has a lot influence that I think at this point that the rebellion is going to need almost. Um, but yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and English or Crunchyroll. Death and Anime, signing off. Later, guys.